Morning, everybody. It's 8:50 on this Wednesday morning, the 10th of January, and this is going to be a quick one because there's really nothing going on. This is your pre-opening comment video number 2035. Okay, so the chart on the screen is Bitcoin. And of course, earlier this morning it was down over 2,000. Right now, the futures are down about 1,800, and this is all based on the fact that the SEC cannot get their crap together and keep their social media in hand. Yesterday's announcement about the approval of the Bitcoin spot ETF was premature. Um, Bottom line here is if they hadn't been so damn arbitrary and hadn't been screwing around with this, it wouldn't be an issue because this would have taken place a year ago or 6 months ago or even the day before yesterday. So we have that. As far as the futures go, at 7 o'clock, the Dow was down about 30, Nasdaq was up about 30, and the S&P was down $1.25. Right now, the Dow is down about 23. The Nasdaq, which was up 15, is down 8, and the S&P is down $3.75. So there is really nothing going on. As far as economic activity, um, we had the only thing that came out this morning at 7 a.m. was the mortgage apps. They were up. They came in pretty hot, which is kind of interesting because usually they don't. Even in good times, they don't. They're really kind of slow moving. But MBA mortgages up 9.9%. That is the mirror image of last week's down 9.4%. What's interesting here is that 19% of those apps, or pardon me, apps for refi were up 19%, and new purchases were up 6%. So, pretty decent numbers. HPE confirms their deal with Juniper. Yesterday, Wall Street Journal announced it as 13 billion. It turns out to be 14 billion instead of 37. It turns out to be $40. The stock is little changed, but that's because yesterday it was up 24% to 37.10. Um, as far as the rest of the market, there really is not much here. Now, at 10:30, we have the oil, crude inventories, and we also have one other item today. I don't remember what it is. At 10 o'clock, we have November wholesale inventories. The consensus is down 2%, and that is versus down 4%. Boeing town hall meeting. Yeah, there was a mistake made. The stock is up 44 cents. Coinbase down another $5 after yesterday's late fall on the approval head fake. Intuitive Surgical is up 18 and change at 348, up 5.5%. Revenue guide above consensus, and Q4 procedures increased by approximately 21%. Remember, Intuitive Surgical, when they say procedures, this is a robotic surgery piece of equipment. Lennar 151 up $2.84. Quarterly dividend increased from 37 and a half to 50 cents a share, and a repurchase of 5 billion. Amazon's reducing the staff at Twitch by 35%. You know, at some point in time, people have to just sit up and say, you know, I don't have to pay to watch somebody else play a video game. So 35% of that is of their staff is disappearing. Okay, as far as the rest of the futures, the oil is higher, gold is slightly higher. Um, the wheat and the rest of the grains, which were down a little harder this morning, wheat was down as low as 604. The last is 610, and that's down only a quarter of a point after yesterday's 14-cent run. Oil up $1. A little bit of warmer weather here in the Northeast. Nat gas goes from 325 yesterday at the high, closed 319 this morning, 301 down 18. The gold was both higher and lower. It's an interesting chart on the gold because I really am not, this is not a great time of the year to trade it. But I will point out that the RSI is curving back to the upside, as is the MACD. It seems to be trying to hold this area around 2020, 2025. I was actually looking for it to come in a little, maybe down to 2000, but nonetheless, it's steady here. We have two big numbers tomorrow and um, Friday, CPI and core CPI tomorrow, PPI and core PPI on Friday. Now I recall. We have 37 billion of 10-year notes going for auction today, and I believe on Friday we have the 30-year. So as we go out in duration, these become more and more important. The bonds are up about a half a point. The dollar is down about 6 cents. And the last on the Bitcoin is now down 1660. And that's just 1660. It was literally 800 lower before, and Ethereum is up. The one of the co-founders of Ethereum was on talking about an ETF, a spot ETF for them. Okay, last minute futures. S&P down 375, now down 4. Dow Jones down 14, and the Nasdaq down $8.70. I'll be back later.